So in this quick video, I'm going to show you guys how to actually take trades, enter trades, and actually make profits from your Bybit trading. Now, this is the most interesting part, and I know most of us have actually been waiting for this particular moment right here. And in this quick video, it might actually be quite technical or tricky, but then what you actually want to do is to sit right back and make sure you actually watch this particular video to the very end. Now, the major thing is the fact that you actually also want to download this into your phone or try and revisit this particular video again and again, just to act as a guide in the process of your trading. And at the same time, also to help you too, I am still going to be making a video on my YouTube channel where I'm going to be taking a deeper dive and explaining a couple of more things you need to know when it comes to trading on here as well. So expect that video alongside this one. The very first thing I actually want to do right now is to open up our Bybit account, and as you can see right inside of here, I've opened up mine. And like I said, guys, you actually want to sign up using the previous video I did already, and you would have credited your account with about $100 at least. But you can see right here on my account, I made a deposit of over $1,500, as you can see on here. And once you're in here, you're ready to start trading. One of the first things you basically want to do is to go over to assets, and you actually want to transfer your assets from your funding account to your unified trading account. That's the very first step. Okay, so you want to come over here and click on this, and you want to put in, you can see from your funding account to your unified trading account, and you want to put the amount. So let's say I want to just fund $100. I will just type that in and then click on confirm. Now, once I've been able to confirm that, you would see that it actually would show me that here, as you can see right on here, where we have funding here and we have unified trading account. So you can see I have like $290 on here. Now, let's proceed because what we actually want to do right now is to jump on the futures trading. But on Bybit, it is called derivatives. And coming over here, you can tap on that. And once you're inside of here, basically, you can actually get access to first the chart. Let's look at the chart right here. But then on the top left hand corner, you can see the trading pair that is available on here. Okay. Now, before we actually even look into that, let's take, for example, that we are actually using this particular signal. Like on here, you're in this group, you're going to be getting a couple of signals. Now, those signals are where you're going to be trading. So this is actually one signal on the screen right now that we're looking at trading, right? And what you want to do right now is here, there are a couple of options. Let's say it is BTC USD. You just want to go ahead and search based on the signal that's been dropped for you. You want to search, say, USDT. Now, you can see beneath it the last traded price. You can also see the 24-hour high, 24-hour low, and every other information right here on the chart section. Okay, so you can also see the time for the time that actually controls this particular chart. So you are seeing this particular chart within a particular time frame. But the major thing here is not actually talking about charts and all, because I'm going to be taking a deeper dive during the video. But for now, I want to just look at this trade option. And here, when it comes to trade, we actually can see that the first option underneath the trading pair here is the isolated. And we have options. We have the cross margin, we have isolated. Now, these are two different, margin options or margin modes that you can actually have on here. And I'm going to explain what it is. Now, when you're using the isolated margin, here, there is actually a specific margin set for a particular trade. And when you're actually using cross margin, is actually different. But to analyze this better, this is where, for example, you have $100 funded in your account for trading, and you want to trade a particular, or you want to enter a particular trade with $10, for example. If there's a loss on that particular trade that you've placed, then the whole trade actually closes, right? And you'll be losing that particular $10 that you've entered into that specific trade. Now, when it comes to the cross margin, this actually is where, let's take, for example, you have $100 in your, trading account, and you're actually entering a particular trade with about $10, right? Now, when you actually are making losses on that particular trade and your $10 has been depleted, there is actually a tendency that the trade actually keeps on going on to take more collateral from the balance you have, which is $90 in your account. Okay, so it actually enters into the balance you have in your account just to make up that particular trade as it keeps on running. But then you actually get to a point where you've actually totally depleted all of the funds you have in your account, and this is liquidation. Only then will that particular trade close, and you actually don't want to have that at all. So for beginners, it's just best you stick to isolated trading. Then this is when, if you come up here and you see that you're actually by default on cross margin, you want to just choose isolated margin mode. Now with leverage, you actually have the option of opening a trade with even much more money than you even have at all. So let's take, for example, here, we actually want to enter a trade with $10 and we are putting in a 10x leverage. Now what this simply means is that you're actually entering that particular trade totally with $100 because of the leverage you have, okay? And also, if you're actually entering a trade with about $100 as your margin and you're entering with a 10x leverage, that is you entering that trade with $1,000. So basically your total trade amount will actually be your margin times the leverage. Okay, your margin, which is actually the $100 you have, and then the 10x leverage, which now makes it $1,000. Now you can actually get to, increase your leverage up to about 50x and all. But the major thing here is that it is very advisable to stick within 10x to 20x leverage. And this basically helps to manage the risk that is around your trading outcome. For example, if you actually get to put on a 50x leverage, then basically you might actually be having about 50x of that particular loss on that trade. And to analyze this better, let's take, for example, you are entering a particular trade with your margin of $100 and you're putting in 50x. That actually means you're entering that particular trade with $5,000. Now, let's say you're making a loss of 1%. That basically means that automatically you are going to be losing about $50 from your account instantly. But at the same time, there is also this area where if you're making profit as well, you also get to profit $50 for yourself. But then it is advisable to stay within 10x leverage. Okay, so if you're entering a particular trade, let's say you have your $100, right, with your 10x leverage, it actually amounts to you entering that particular trade with $1,000. Now, if you actually make 1% profit on that particular trade, that means you're going to be getting $10 for yourself, or you're making a loss. It also works the same way. Now, this also means that the profit you're going to be making is going to be the increase in that particular trade times the leverage, okay? And at the same time, you can also calculate your losses by the decrease in that particular trade times the leverage that you have. So let's have this saved at 10. And coming down, you actually want to go over to the different orders available here. There's a limit order, there's a market order and others. But then we are just going to be speaking about this particular two. Now, with the limit order, this is where you are actually specifying how much you actually want to buy or sell a particular currency. So it is you telling them, okay, this is the amount I actually want to get this or sell this at, okay? But then when it's on market, this is now where you actually just want to buy or sell the currency at whatever market price it is at that particular point, right? So let's leave this at limit since we're actually taking a limit order from the signal we already have. And on here, you can basically see it says the order price. The order price is going to be 0.8020. Okay, 0.8020. And you can see the quantity here. Now, for the quantity, I actually want to enter this trade with, let's say, $100. But then I want to have a 10x leverage, which I already have on here saved. So I'm going to type in $1,000 here. Okay, and as you can see here, I can go ahead and move on to the next step. Now on the next step here, you can see I have what we call the TP and the SL. Now TP and SL is take profit, stop loss. Now take profit, stop loss is basically more of like a risk management pattern where you can actually get to close a trade at a particular profit gain or stop losses at a particular price in loss. Okay, so this is where you're like, okay, I'll take my profits when we've actually reached this particular profit margin, or stop losses because I don't want to go, or because I don't want to lose a particular trade beyond this particular price. Exactly what it is. So I can actually come over here, and once I tap on my TP and SL, you can see that I have the long or short. So from the signal, we are going on a long buy, and I have the option for long to actually pick whether I'm going to be triggering by ROI, or I'm triggering by a change in percentage, or triggering by the price. Okay, So I'm going to click on triggering by the price because I actually have the price on here, and I'm going to enter it. We have 0.8730, and for the stop loss, I'm also going to be doing the same thing here by the price as well. Confirm, and here I'm going to be putting 0.7942. Okay, but guys, here you can basically see that it says here for the take profit order, our expected profit is going to be 73 USDT, right? And our stop loss here is going to be 4.9 USDT. Okay, so once I actually have this, I can actually go ahead and click on confirm, and I'll actually enter this particular trade. Now, with the signals that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in this particular community, basically what you simply just want to do is to follow all through, and you can actually start taking upon yourself these trades, and with taking these trades you actually will start making a couple of profits right here and all. So this is it for this particular video. I know there are going to be a couple of questions and concerns. Let me know your questions and concerns, and I am actually up here to help you guys in any way it is.